Yep, you guessed it. I'm in one of those videos. Two, three. Now we're going to move to changing the rear gear oil. And you go to change this oil, it's really not very difficult to do. In order to keep this from hitting you in the way, install the back part of the box where the owner's manual goes. Once you do that, you'll be able to snap this lid and it won't be hitting you the entire time. This is your fill bolt. So when you drain it, you'll take this fill bolt loose and you fill it up from the top, it's located here, until oil comes out of this, and then you tighten this up and then you're done. Do not leave that in, drain it and fill it all the way up to here, because all it's going to do is run to each side of the axles and drain out, especially getting on your brakes, which will cause them not to work. It's going to run out this side, it's going to drain, and you're going to think you got a bad seal. I do want to applaud Honda. This bolt here is a 17, just like the oil drain bolt is, but it's made out of plastic. This whole bit is, so don't torque it really tight. This bolt here is a 10 millimeter. This is our field check bolt. Make sure you can get this loose before you take the bottom loose and drain it out. If not, you'll have to eyeball it, and I wouldn't suggest that. There's 3 bolts that hold this rear cover on here. Take them out loose, I know it's full of mud. There's one right there. These are 12 millimeters. There's 3 of them. There's one right there, which you can reach from the bottom very easily. One right there I've already taken loose that you can reach, 12 millimeters as well. There's another one on the right side. It's 12 millimeter that goes right here. Now this one on this side come out with its spacer and things that holds it in there. The cover should come right out. You see right there, that spacer stayed in that side. Right here. Should come right off. You'll need that exposed so that way you can get to the drain plug that's on this thing that's on the bottom. Clean out some of this dirt underneath here. The screw location is located inside this recess. If yours is filled full of mud like mine, you're not going to find it either till you clean it out. Right here is where your screw is located. If you're looking at the vehicle, it's on the right side of the vehicle. It's an 8 millimeter bolt. Take that loose, and that is used as your drain to drain the rear end oil out of your ATV. Now, even though my service interval tells me to wait to do it, I'm doing it now because I know what kind of material and kind of trails that I ride on, so I'm changing mine now. I would advise you, if you're going to change your oil, to go ahead and check this while you're at it. If it comes out and it's light brown, watery like, then more than likely you have water in here, and it's best to go ahead and flush that out now and get it out instead of leaving it in here to contaminate everything. It'll cause rust and bearing failure sooner than later. So just go ahead and take your time and change it. It's not very difficult. The bolt underneath there is an 8 millimeter, as well as your field check bolt, which is located here, is an 8 millimeter as well. This is an example to show you that there's water inside of the rear differential oil or gear oil. As you can tell, this does not look like oil. It's really runny. See how it dissipates very well? That's water, it has water in it. Make sure that you change yours, and this is why. If I had left that in there, I could look at pre-bearing failure amongst many other things. Any kind of gear, anything that's soaking, such as a rear differential, this would cause harsh pre-wear and failure. So change this while you're here. Now all we're going to do is tighten this bolt back up since it's all drained. This field drain bolt did come off with a washer. Pull your drain pan under here, fill it up till it runs out of that bolt. Start running out of that bolt, it's good. Put the bolt back in it, tighten it down. Now these 3 bolts that are going back inside this cover right here. Oh, it's backwards. Goes on like this. These 3 bolts, I will be putting anti-seize on because I know they're really bad to freeze up. And they do, you have to take the entire bracket, the mounting piece for this off to get it off. For some reason, I'm unsure why they use plastic. This one's made out of cheap, flimsy plastic, which is probably not going, well, which is definitely not going to protect the rear gear. In the event you hit a really hard rock or something, but for good measure, cleaned it out. They're high-tech, scientific cleaner here. All the mud out of it. I'm going to anti-seize these bolts. I'm going to put them back in there. Because I know that water and mud is definitely going to get on these bolts, and I do not want them freezing up and have to take all this loose in order to change it again. One other thing while you're back here doing this rear gear oil change, it says on the first service interval, take this loose. But I take mine loose with a crescent wrench because it's squared off all the way around. Get in there. Take this off. With this out, it'll have soot in it, which I'll blow mine out. Says to start the ATV and rev it up approximately 20 times. After approximately 20 revs, we're going to reinstall this thing. I know it's going to get hot. I know it's probably going to get wet, muddy, so I am going to use anti-seize. However, the anti-seize is rated for the temperature that this will be, so let's not worry about it causing any kind of problems. The next thing I say for last to do is clean the air filter. Get to the air filter, it's pretty self-explanatory. Seat off here. Snap all 4 of these off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift this cover up. There's your air filter. It's a 4-way screw. You take that off. Inside of it is a canister, a nail canister that will slide out from this. Once that slides out, it'll allow you to clean the air filter. Now these air filters have some kind of coating on them. Well, mine did. It's kind of greasy like coating. I think it's to keep dirt and specifically water out of it. So please refer to the owner's manual or another video on how to specifically clean it. Mine looks fine, not having any issues, so I'm leaving mine as is. Reinstalling the same process. 1, 2, 3, 4. As always, guys, thanks for watching. And remember, your rig, your call.